Couldn't sleep. Figured drop a mock. It was easier than doing a 32 team round one mock draft. That's coming to you mañana. For all you that don't speak Spanish, that's tomorrow. I only speak enough to get slapped, but it's okay. Huh. Even in a snowstorm, best best beard on YouTube by far. Listen, people, we've gone through this. I have to switch things up. Can't. What fun is it talking about the same old people? Got my good friends at Stinky Foots Productions. I'll be dropping his video Stinkfoot after this. Like every single Dallas mock draft is Gentry and Amika Abuka. Gentry, Luther Burden. Like, bro, do you know anybody else? Anyone else? Think, bro. Think outside the box. And how these people can dwell on those players alone because that's all they know. And like people like view that shit as like, yo, bro, like they're fucking feeding you snake oil, bro, to your face. And you're asking for seconds, bro. There's only one GWO, and it's for life. All right, we got to switch things up. Can't talk about the same people. At pick 12, yo, left tackle is a, yo, we have no left tackle, people. Do you realize that? We have no defensive line. Do you realize that? Left tackle, we got Will Campbell, 6'6", 330, out of LSU. 3-year starter. He's a step right in starter. People are bitching about, see, this is why, like, I laugh. Do you draft workout warriors and don't care if their arms are an inch or two shorter, or do you draft football players? Jimmy Johnson and Bill Belichick, what is that? 8 or 9? No, 8 or 9 rings there? That's not even counting Jimmy's ring from national championship at Miami. They drafted football players. Didn't matter how big or how small you were. Mattered how good you were on the field. This is not the underwear Olympics, people. When Jimmy was in Dallas, bro, Emmitt Smith was a midget, tiny little midget running back coming out of Florida. He took a chance on him, and it paved out. I mean, if you really want to think about it, I'm hoping he gets into the Hall of Fame this year. Darren Woodson was an undersized linebacker, and we drafted him, put him at safety. Hopefully, he's going into the Hall of Fame this year. But Will Campbell, 6'6", 300, he will step right in, solidify your left tackle, and then you got to pray to the football gods that Tyler Guyton can switch over to right tackle. What's up, champ? Still got my tinfoil hat on. Yeah, you better. You better. This is a year you better wear it. And then crazy as that sounds, we still don't know who our right guard is. We legit don't even have a right guard. Don't say Zach Martin. Yo, he checked out. He checked out like 2 years ago, bro. We still don't have a right guard. So what are we going to do? We're going to have Hoffman, backup center, and the right guard also. And I think he's a restricted free agent. Now, I believe don't I believe the way it works, RFAs, where another team can make an offer, or you got to match it or let them go? You know what I'm trying to say? I remember the one year, I don't know which way it was, but it was like the Vikings and the Seattle Seahawks. With there was a guard, Steve Hutchinson, Michigan, of course, right? And I think I think, look, bro, I'm going back like 20 years, 25 years. Like Seattle had him, or the Vikings had him, but Seattle threw, or vice versa. I think it was the Vikings. He was there. I think he was in Seattle, and the Vikings wanted him. The Vikings just threw an offer out there that they knew Seattle couldn't pay. They couldn't pay for him, and they wouldn't, And they wound up getting him. All I'm saying is, when you start throwing restricted tags out there, things can get funny. And having Tyler Guiding to the at right tackle next to Zach Martin. I'm just talking about if Zach Martin in his prime years ago, excuse me. First, Zach Martin next to Hoffman. Hoffman's learning a new offense himself. So now we got two guys, two very young guys in the sport, learning a new offense themselves, who probably on plays don't even know what they're doing. And they got to help each other out. You know what I'm trying to say? That's iffy there, bro. But it's crazy, bro. But we even we got to come out of this draft. We have to come out of this draft, bro, with a guard or a tackle. It's not the greatest draft for offensive tackle at all. At all. I could find you a guard day 3. I'm not worried about that. But Ken Dallas is what it is. At 44, Dallas picks running back Caleb Johnson, Iowa. Caleb Johnson, 6'3", 230, 6 foot, 230 pounds. He had a combined almost 2,000 yards and 23 touchdowns between rushing and receiving in the Big Ten. That's impressive. But like I said, I give you the good, I give you the bad. My only question about it is he did it for 1 year. Because I have to look at this on both sides of the coin type of player when I give you information. And I do get a little leery of when I see one hit wonders. But he did a hell of a hit, man, this year. And to get him round 2, bro, is crazy sick value. All right. It's a crazy sick running back draft, regardless. You can legit wait to round 3, day 3. You can legit wait to day 3 and find 2 starters at running back in this draft. And I've said that since May. Isn't it ironic? All these shows are saying, "Oh, it's the deepest. The running back class is the deepest. The tight end class is deep. The deep, yeah, that's what she said. Oh, the edges, the defensive tackles." But hasn't Danny Savage been telling you that since May? You're a little late to the game, bro. What about the Gooch? What are you at? 101 players? At 76, we had it was BPA or need. At 76 on the board was Deone Walker, Kentucky defensive tackle. 6'6", 360. Dude is insane, has insane tape. Watch his 2023 tape before you even give me any type of question about him. Watch his 2023 tape. 2024, he was making a business decision not to get hurt. And he still had decent, a really good season. For a man that size should not move like him. But his 23 tape was even ridiculous more. Then I also had on the board, no one's talking about him. Nobody. What's that mean? And I gave you this kid in the summertime. Other kid on the board, Harold Fannin Jr., tight end, Bowling Green. 117 receptions, 1,600 yards, 10 touchdowns. I'm going to repeat that. 117 receptions, 1,600 yards, 10 touchdowns from the tight end position. Got to get Dak help, right? Dak's first read ain't there. His eyes turning like, deer in the headlights. Dump him off. Jonathan Martinez, boom. Thank you for jumping in the chat. But my downside about Harold Fannin is, Harold Fannin is 6'4", 230. In my opinion, he's a big glorified wide receiver. And this kid's probably going to be a first-round pick. This kid is probably going to be a late first rounder. You might see 3 tight ends going round 1. No particular order. Well, I mean, you really can. Tyler Warren, Penn State, Colston Loveland, Michigan, and the third spot battling will be Harold Fannin and Mason Taylor, Jason Taylor's son. Jonathan Martinez, to answer a question for you this morning, I'm sorry, I jumped off quick without answering. You were saying you like Chris Sims because he stays biased. We all can have our opinions. I have a very strong one on him. His daddy got him the job at Texas. He was not even the best quarterback at Texas. No. Major Applewhite was. But you got Sims' name on the back of on the back of your jersey. So his daddy got him his job in college. Then his daddy gets him a job. I don't even know what I don't even watch the show. I think if he does draft 12 months out of the year, he extra sucks, to be honest with you. And I'd like to see how many players he's at. I don't know what channel he works for. So his daddy got him the starting quarterback job in college at Texas, and his daddy even got him his job at whatever 3-letter network it is. So that's my opinion for him. I don't even listen to his draft. I don't. I know you say like he talks different from what other people say, but if you really deep dig into him, like he was like, he was all over that Mozzie pick. He had mayonnaise all over his face, bro. When he was Mozzie, how you doing? Oh, I don't like football. I like to hit things and like. Oh, talk to this kid at the combine like he's accomplished something. You didn't even work out at the combine, bro. Kids blew their knees out at the combine and worked out. And you're just standing there like a bouncer at a strip club. Not in my world, bro. Not in my world. So, Round 3, pick 76. I went with Harold Fannin, a tight end, because I know later on I can get a big giant space eater in the middle, but his caliber of tight end will not be available later on. That's where you got to go BPA versus value. BPA versus need. I mean, that player. Okay, round 1, need. Round 2, need. Round 3, BPA. That was best player available, and that was Harold Fannin. But he also could fill in need. Also, it's fucking crazy. We need so much, bro. Pick 150. Devin Neal, Kansas, 1,300 yards, 16 touchdowns, and 50 touchdowns in his college life. Devin Neal, day 5, excuse me, day 3 of the draft is crazy, crazy value. 170, linebacker, Oklahoma, Danny Stuntsman, 6'4", 240. I want that one. Listen, I don't care if we have one. Listen, we already got Overshown, who we're not going to see till 20. Listen, but let's be honest, man. We're not going to see. We're not going to see Overshown until 2026. It is what it is. And if any of you idiots, not idiots, but let's be honest, bro, we're going to have a horrible, horrible season next year. So, let's just say hypothetical. Let's talk to the let's talk to the draft gods for a second. Let's say next year we're sitting, I don't know, 2-13. Do you think it's a wise move? Yeah, bring him back. Bring him in. To put Demarion Overshown. Three knee surgeries in 15 months. Bro, I do not want to see Overshown until 2026. But, so I have a whole nother view on that. I hope he can come back with his speed. Me, honestly, man, I would try Overshown at safety. Oh, wait, didn't he play that at Texas? What do I know? But we're getting back to 170, pick 170. Danny Stuntsman, Oklahoma, 6'4", 250. I said 240, but he's 250. 44 tackles, 1 sack. Solid, very, very solid 3-year production he had. Pick 172. Giant space eater. Listen, everyone here, it's old hat, they say. I've given you everybody a long time ago. 172. I give you Cameron Jackson, defensive tackle, Florida. Yo, this kid is 6'6", 350. The crazy part, he wasn't even the biggest kid on his defensive line, bro. I swear to you. There's a kid like 450. 450 on their D line. This kid he came out for his practices last week with his helmet, shoulder pads on, and a pair of sweatpants. He's like, I don't need pads. I'm going to be honest with you. This kid would be a giant run stuffer. That's what Dallas needs. Dallas needs 2. I would say effort, and I would just go with 2 giant one techs in the middle if I got to make a choice. And we let Micah play one end spot, and I guess we got Sam. Are we giving up already on Marshawn Breeland? I told yous all. I told yous all. I told you he had zero bends, but I got blowback. He has no bends. He's a run stuffer. What are we going to do with him? I don't know. I just report on what I see. Next kid. Got to get Dak some help. Ricky White, I pick 188, wide receiver, UNLV. 2024 was a little bit crazy at UNLV. They started off crazy hot. They had a quarterback in play, and then the quarterback is like, no, I want more money. So there was shady stuff where he agreed to an NI deal. He didn't agree to an NIL deal. It was a handshake. It was a contract. It was very shadiness on both sides. But once they started off 3-0, the quarterback goes, I want more money. And he didn't pay him. Quarterback jumps in the transfer portal. So now quarterback 2 shows up. And he has a pretty good season. But what I'm trying to get at is Ricky White had to play with 2 different quarterbacks last season. So 6'1", 190. He has nice size. Nice speed. He had 11 touchdowns. And he actually had a better 2023 season where he had 1,500 yards and 8 touchdowns. So, bro, getting a steal like that on day 3 is a steal. Steal. At 211, dun dun dun, our final pick, Jay Toya, One Tech, UCLA, USC transfer, 6'3", 330 pounds, and he's going to clog up the middle, man. So I got you in this draft. I got offensive tackle, need, running back, need, tight end. I went BPA, but can we really walk in our tight end room and be, yeah, we got a great tight end room? No, no. Need, 150 running back, need, linebacker, need, one tech, Cameron Jackson, need, Ricky White, wide receiver. You can go, if you want to just stick with the dudes on the team and try to rock another year out of it. Listen, bro, if Dallas wants to blow this up and just eat that contract, I personally am not drafting a wide receiver this year. If we're gonna blow things up and eat that contract, I wouldn't. But that's just me. Jay Toya, One Tech. That's a need, bro. So you can maybe say Harold Fannin was BPA over need, but because I don't see him giving you anything in the run game, Harold Fannin. I could be mistaken. I've been mistaken before. But Harold Fannin in round 3 is ridiculous value where there's reports out there he might go round 1. He might go the first couple of picks of round 2. I'm telling you, bro, this is like one of the deepest tight end drafts I've ever seen in like 25 years. Legit. This is if you need a tight end, this is the draft to get it. But I'll tell you now, they're going to start going fast. You might see your first tight end go in the first 10 picks. Tyler Warren, Penn State, he's probably going to go in the first 10. Or he might be on the board at 12 where Dallas picks. Now, Bro, he's just a freak, bro. Uh, Everyone out there, what? Listen, his 2023 tape is great. I spotted him in 2023 when I was scouting Theo Johnson. In 2023, he had like 7 touchdowns. But if you really want to, like, you can look at Tyler Warren's 2023 tape, but also, yo, if he his 2024 tape is ridiculous, man. Just go and watch Penn State versus USC. Bro, he was a man playing against. That's two giant Division One programs. Penn State, SC. That's what we used to get in the Rose Bowl 30, 40 years ago, but I'm showing my age. And he made them look like kids, bro. So he's gonna go early, Tyler Warren, man. So what do you do if you're Dallas and he's on the board? It's a possibility. It's a possibility at 44 because it's an early 44. I'm talking about in round 2-ish. There might be a left tackle on the board, or since you're picking 44 in round 2, there's a possibility that you could trade some later picks to move up only a couple spots in round 2. Get yourself a left tackle. Let's be honest. What do we have in our, you know, what do we have in our tight end room? A lot of question marks, bro. A lot of question marks. And the offensive tackle group is weak. It is and then it falls off a cliff. I can get you some day 3 guys, but they're projects. But a step-in starter, I see like 4 guys maybe. Legit. Step right in and start at left tackle. I see like 4 guys only. Maybe 5 if I want to stretch it. Guard, it's a weak guard class. Without a doubt, it's a weak guard class. Everyone's going crazy over Tyler Booker. But if you look at his feet, forget the highlight tapes. Just look at his feet. Listen, I get it, bro. The dude's a giant individual. He's a mauler. He's a mauler in the running game. But he has crazy low pass blocking numbers. Crazy low. So what do? Take the kid out on passing downs? This how much Jerry Jones is a psychopath. Dallas used to have this kid, George Hegman. I'm just going to say offensive line. He was brutal to watch. So he would play, Larry Allen would play left guard, and George Hegman would play left tackle. But on passing downs, check this out. I'm showing my age. They would slide they would slide Hegman into left guard, and then Larry Allen would go to left tackle on passing downs. And you people wonder, you really wonder why we haven't won shit in 30 years? You're already telling the team, yo, I don't care if I got 6 Bulldogs in front of me and I'm just saying, yo, we're going to run at you. We're going to run it down your throat all day. Yeah, I'm down. Let's do it. But when you're having horrible seasons, you can't win shit, and you pulling off stunts like that, that's when you really got to sit back and be like, there's a reason we haven't won in 30 years, bro. The shit Jerry does, it doesn't make sense, bro. Doesn't make sense. So I remember watching Greg Ellis getting drafted. I wanted to cry, Jonathan Martinez. I wanted to cry because Dallas had a scout in a hotel in West Virginia. Dallas told him, if you're on the board, we're going to draft you. Listen, man, I don't know. First of all, there's a very, very good ESPN documentary on him. It's called Rand University. I encourage anyone to watch it. He got, West Virginia is kind of southwest, kind of inbreds, but as a racist fucking state, man, I'll say that. The way they treated him, bro. So he goes to Notre Dame, gets kicked out of there. Florida State, smokes a joint, gets kicked out, violates his probation. They put him in they put him in prison. Like, come on. Now marijuana's legal, like in every single state. They screwed him around so bad. But long story short, Dallas says the reason they passed on him was because when they brought him in to visit, he was like, where's Michael Irvin? Where's Deion Sanders? I want to meet him. And then they thought like, oh, he was going to be a party problem. Who gives a fuck? The White House got us 3 Super Bowls. Why not get it a 4th? So, draft day, I'm sitting there. Because Troy's on the team, Emmett, Michael Irvin, majority of the offensive line is still there. And I see that pick come up. It's Greg Ellis, bro. I wanted to cry, man. I legit could. And my pre-draft analysis on Randy Moss was plain and simple. I watched like when he was at Marshall, I watched like every game tape. And my take on him was he's either going to be the best wide receiver that's ever played the game, or he's going to be a complete bust. Nothing in the middle. No, He's either going to be the best or a straight out dud and be out of the league in 2 years. I think my breakdown of him was pretty accurate. I can't see how. What am I off? A few players? I think you got to put Randy Moss in the top 10 of all-time wide receivers that have ever played the game. 805 Vaughn, what's up? Why does Dallas put players out of their natural positions? Example, Guyton, Beebe, Byron Jones. Because Jerry Jones is a maniac. Jerry Jones thinks he's a general manager. Jerry Jones, this is what happens when you don't hire a GM. A GM will do that because why? His job is on the line. Byron Jones was never a safety. Never. What did we lose? About 4 years out of him out of safety? And then what? His last year he jumped into the corner? And then before you left to Miami? Because they're like, oh, in 1972 we switched. They think because what they worked for them one time is going to work for them 2 times. That's like the guy that goes bow hunting in the woods for the first time picks a tree, climbs up a tree, a deer comes out, whoosh, hits it with his, kills a deer. And then he comes back. He comes back next year, goes to the same following tree, the same day, and thinks the same thing is going to happen. It's not. That is not football. But the Joneses just think. The Joneses out also that they think that like they're pulling one over on the league. Yo, the league, I guarantee you, if guys could be like talk freely, everyone, all those teams, the executives, and they laugh at Dallas, bro. Look what Philly's been able to do in the last 6 years. Win a Super Bowl, tear it down, and win another Super Bowl. That's what Philly's done, bro, in the last 6, 7 years. And yet we can't get to an NFC championship in 30 years. And I don't want an NFC championship. No, bro. It is the Super Bowl or your season was a failure. You win the Super Bowl or your season was a failure. I did not watch 1 minute yesterday of that game, Sunday. I didn't watch 1 minute. For what reason? For what? That's like going to a strip bar with no money in your pocket. What fun is that? You know what I'm trying to say? Why would I watch this game? My team's not in it. There's only one way to hurt the Joneses. That is in the pockets. Stop going to the games. Let him walk out and start seeing a lot more team colors. Stop buying the merchandise. But he'll draft Austin Gentry probably at 12. Running backs sell a hell of a lot more. He's like, oh, wait a second. A running back, because he runs the football team like a business. Wait, a running back will sell 35 million projected jerseys if he's good. But an offensive tackle, he might only sell 1,000. Let's go running back. Send it in. This is what I've been dealing with for 30 plus years. Greg Ellis. And the shitty part is Greg Ellis, if you look at his work at the end of his career, he had solid numbers. He had solid numbers. Defensive end from North Carolina. Solid numbers, but he will always be attached to Randy Moss. And I don't know if anyone has noticed this, but when Randy Moss played the Dallas Cowboys, he always played with a chip on his shoulder, man. He always played like to zing it to them, to zing it. And no matter what team Randy Moss was on, the Vikings, the Patriots, the Raiders, or any other teams I've missed, I wanted to vomit every time I seen him score a touchdown. Because imagine having Irvin on one side, Randy Moss on the other, the whole middle of the field, a declining Emmitt Smith would have ran for crazy numbers. You got to respect Randy and the deep ball, humongous. That's another ring. I'm sorry. We talk about the missed rings with Jimmy Johnson. That's another missed ring. That's why I stopped caring a long, long time ago. I'm a Dallas fan, but I'll leave it at that. These people have to just stop loving these players over the actual team, because last time I looked, this is a team sport and not an individual sport. It is what it is, man. Sorry I couldn't sleep, so I just wanted to jump back on here. Mock draft 70.0 Dallas Cowboys. And like I said, I will be throwing out. We got February, March, April. We even got some fun. We even got a lot of fun mock drafts. I got a lot of fun mock drafts for you in April. April, we'll be talking about a lot of sleepers. Yo, I've given you a lot of sleepers. Tomorrow, I'm at 690 players already. I'm going to pop out 10 more tomorrow. Then I'm going to be going back for the third time. February 22nd is the Legacy Bowl. That is the HBCU version of their All-Star game. So that's February 22nd. So once I finish these 10 more prospects, we'll be at 700. And probably by the end of the week, I'm going to do a deep dive and jump back into the HBCU and cover them more. It's ironic, man. Why don't you ask the call-up stations? Yo, how come you don't cover the HBCU? They're gonna be like, what? What does that stand for? Is that like the new burger joint? Yeah, I don't know. They don't know. Listen, man, like I said, couldn't sleep. Figure I'd jump on. Mock draft 70.0. A lot more to go. Tomorrow, I'm going to be dropping a 32 team. Let's see. Should I do round 2? Yeah, we could do that. Tomorrow was going to be 32 team. Round 2. Any questions before I hang out? Before I end it for the evening? Dun, dun, dun. All right. I think we're done for the questions, bro. Thank you, everybody. Jonathan Martinez jumped in the chat. The other champ, thank you for jumping in the chat. And we all know when you're rocking with the GWO, for life. Over and out. See you mañana.